For the ones ensuring the job always gets done, and the ones wearing
Fam, what's up? How's everybody doing? Can I get a roll tide inside the comment box? You got some good news as Kelby Collins has committed to the Alabama Crimson Tide. I appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to say it one time for the people that are already on board. Please hit the thumbs up on the video. I appreciate you guys. This is news as it happens. We pretty much live here now, so get comfortable, okay? So Kelby Collins has committed to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Edge rusher, probably bandit type player. We'll dive into it. I appreciate you guys being here. Second piece of good news. The good news continues. And an in-state guy, yeah, out of Gardensville, right? What is your excitement about landing Kelby Collins? Inside the comment box. Scale of 1 to 10, you know how we do it on the show. 10 being like super impactful. 7 being like, okay. 4 being like, meh. 1 being like, I'm done with college football. Appreciate you guys joining. My goodness. You know, it's been like a little bit emotionally exhausting. I didn't realize how much the whole Jalen Mbakwe saga took out of all of us, right? Does anybody feel a little drained? Oh, man. That was crazy. Did that happen? Was that real life? If you're in breaking news as Kelby Collins has committed to Alabama, I got to update the graphics and all that stuff. So if we cruise through some graphics tonight and they're not updated, I'll walk you through it. And then for my show on on Wednesday, everything will be spick and span. All right. A lot of people excited about Kelby Collins, and I get it. You know, I think for the most part, when you look to Alabama's offense next year, I can pretty much tell you how I feel about the offense. I could tell you the players in place. I think when you look to the wide receivers, and we'll dive into it tonight, you know, I feel like I could give you Alabama's offense. You know, the only part that I'm really not concerned about, I don't know how Jalen Mbakwe is going to fit in playing both ways, but maybe he's Alabama's Travis Hunter. We'll dive more into that as well. But I think I know Alabama's offense, okay? You got a new quarterback, some elite wide receivers. You need to figure out the right tackle position, 1,000,000%. Otherwise, you're going to have the same issues. But on the defensive side, I would imagine that LT Overton probably moves to the NFL. Does this mean that LT Overton is probably going to announce for the NFL? So let's kind of start there. Kelby Collins commits. I like him at that bandit position. Does this mean that LT Overton is going to the NFL? Sound off inside the comment box. Yeah, Max is right. The next high priority is right tackle and inside backer. And you have Nakai Hill Green visiting from Colorado. We'll talk about him as well. Appreciate you guys being here. And if you guys see Zachariah Branch, like, he's not coming to Bama. I know you'd want him to come to Bama, but he's not. You'd have to sacrifice Jalen Mbakwe. So you probably still get a wide receiver though in Isaiah Horton. He should be announcing for Alabama at any time. I'll let everybody get checked in. We got 371 in the house. What's going on, fam? Appreciate you guys being here. Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. We pretty much live up in the studio. So appreciate you guys being here as we break news as it happens. Bama Football on YouTube. You got a couple visitors this week, but tonight the big news. Number one, the main story, probably front page of ESPN, is Jalen Mbakwe decides to stay at Alabama. And then also tonight you get your first big commitment from the portal in Kelby Collins out of Gardendale. And look, I read the comments and I read, when I was doing my research on Kelby Collins, and I know you guys know him because he's out of Gardendale, but Billy Napier said that this past season he was beat out by a couple other guys. That's fine. Competition happens. When you come over here, there's going to be competition, right? And I'll show you the bandit position, and we'll update the bandit position. Do you guys feel that he's going to be at the bandit position? I was cooking up some graphics before the show. I'm always at the desk. This is where I live. Got a bed right here. Just sleep on the bed, pop on the show. All right, here we go. All right, let's look at and also on the show, I'm gonna hit on Nakai Hill-Green. He's an inside linebacker. Cameron Calhoun visiting. He's a defensive back out of Utah. We'll talk a little bit more about the transfer portal targets. Zachariah Branch, I'm gonna tell you right now, he's not coming to Bama. Okay, so. But I had to put him on the board because it's crazy. Who doesn't love them some Zachariah Branch? Okay. We'll talk about more transfer portal news. A couple guys from Alabama have made commitments. I have a little ticker at the bottom that's kind of updating the news as it happens. I got to update that too. All this is fluid. And we'll talk about the Alabama depth going into this game against Michigan in the ReliaQuest Bowl. I would imagine you already see Jalen Mbakwe playing on offense in this game because there's a lot of guys injured. So, and I was just looking at Jalen Mbakwe's highlight tape. I'll pull that up as well. Man, that guy's, you want him at quarterback, you want him at receiver, you want him wherever, don't matter. Branch isn't coming. Branch is not coming here. I haven't really heard anything on KC Concepcion. I haven't. Jay Baker saying he's going to Texas A&M. See, that was the thing, too. So, look, you probably got your wide receiver. I don't know this for sure, but maybe you got your wide receiver today with Jalen Mbakwe. You see what I'm saying? Maybe you got him today, and you're going to get another wide receiver soon, which will be Isaiah Horton. I don't know if you're going to get Jalen Mbakwe as a wide receiver, Isaiah Horton as a wide receiver, KC Concepcion as a wide receiver, because if you bring in all those guys, who are you going to take off the field? How are you going to feed 6-7 wide receivers? Ryan Williams needs 70 catches. Jeremy Bernard, if he comes back, right, he needs 40, 50 balls. You got to feed Jalen Mbakwe. You got to feed Isaiah Horton, who's coming over. That's 4 wide receivers, right? Jalen Hill, he's got to play. That's 5 wide receivers. Latier Brooks has what's up. That's 6. Derek Meadows, what's going on? 7. Jaron Hamilton. Rico Scott. So maybe you got your wide receiver today. I don't know that for sure, but we just don't know because Jeremy Bernard hasn't. Nobody's made an announcement. All right, I was cooking up a couple of these graphics, so let's go. Here's the visitor list right here. Red is like a new visitor. Yellow has been predicted to Bama, and I got to update this as Kelby Collins right here with the defensive line visited last week and commits today. So label him a commitment to Bama. Kelby Collins right here in the middle. Other guys you need to know about, I would certainly start doing some research right here and start hoping and praying that Nakai Hill-Green commits to Alabama, because I think when we look to this next graphic, I'm going to show you Alabama's defense, that you would love Nakai Hill-Green paired up with Deontay Lawson at inside backer, because you're going to lose Jahad Campbell. There's no way Jahad Campbell comes back, okay? And there's a couple other guys still in play, like Mario Craver today committed to Texas A&M. You lost a couple guys to Open. I don't know if you lost those guys. But see, you know what? I was reading the comment board, the comment box. I always do. I'll try to interact with as many of you as possible. Here's something that one of the users brought up, okay? Think about this. Really important. I'm going to turn on the music. Think about the guys and the teams that are in the playoffs right now. Have we seen any guys from teams in the playoffs hit the transfer portal yet? Not many, right? You have a lot of teams that are playing in the first round of the playoffs and a lot of teams that have auto buys, right, into that first round. Those guys, you're not going to see a lot of guys at the transfer portal until those seasons is done. And those are playoff type teams. And those are playoff teams. So when they start to hit the portal, that's going to be other options to go into. Now, remember, Alabama has up until January 5th for the transfer portal. So maybe they're just like you're looking at non-playoff team guys in the transfer portal right now. So maybe you just have to be patient and let this first week of playoff games kind of shake out and see who else is coming to the transfer portal. You see what I'm saying? Maybe your right tackle, maybe he's playing in the playoffs this weekend. I don't know that for sure, but I'm saying that. Like, think about it, okay? All right, turn the music back up. All right. Scott Stewart is the one who brought that to my attention. I didn't bring it up. Jarvis, Scott brought it up. Scott, I love you. Great point, bro. I regurgitated what you told me in the comment box. So props to you, Scott. I wasn't even thinking about that. I've been too tired trying to decipher what bingo action meant. You got 14 in the portal right now, right? Damon Payne, the latest to hit the NCAA transfer portal. Dylan Lonergan found a home at Boston College. I was kind of hoping that he'd go to Syracuse. I think that I would look. You go to Syracuse's offense, you're going to throw for 5,000 yards. I don't know how many Kyle McCord ended up throwing for, but Dylan Lonergan, I would have liked to sling the ball around over there. You got Bill O'Brien, Dylan Lonergan, whatever. Good for him. Still no detail in terms of where Justice Haynes will end up. I heard Ole Miss. I hear Ole Miss about everybody. South Carolina, Michigan, Ohio State. Kobe Prentice found a home in Baylor. I think I saw something that Kendrick Law was going to visit Florida State. I hope that's not true. He's better than Florida State. Although it would be interesting because Alabama and Florida State play in week 1 next year. Emmanuel Henderson, he's visiting Kansas. Miles McVay, I think he's been taking a couple trips. I saw, I think Illinois and somewhere else. Naquil Bentrade found a home out in Syracuse. Jaheim Otis, I need to update that. He committed to Colorado. Remind me about that. Yeah, Jason Basenberg inside the comment box. I think I'm starting to feel that Deontay Lawson's coming back, man, because the injury, I think, probably prohibited him from receiving the draft grade that he wanted. Although he's ready for the NFL if he's healthy, I just think he probably needs another year. Plus, Alabama could probably take care of him financially, right, to kind of bridge the gap to, to next year's NFL draft. Plus, you need an inside linebacker. So that's kind of what I'm thinking. Keanu Cote to Vanderbilt, Jaleel Hurley, Kansas, and Devontae Smith will be teammates now with Tyler Buckner. Neil, what's up, man? I'm talking with you, Kyle, more than my own family. Yeah, I know. Over the course of the channel's history, right? Been doing this for a long time. It gets like that during certain points in time. I mean, when Coach Saban retired, holy cow, we were streaming 8 hours a day because it was nonstop. And I kind of feel the same with the transfer portal and how it's been working. So I appreciate you being here. Corey, I don't know about Deuce Robinson in terms of a tight end. That's a good question. I think a lot of the questions for the tight end position might have been answered with the fact that you got Danny Lewis to withdraw from the transfer portal, because when we do roster management here in a second, you'll see that the tight end spot, you have Josh Cuevas as your playmaker, and you also have Danny Lewis as kind of your inline blocker, kind of your H-back, right? Alabama players on the move. Let's see if this is updated. Caleb Odom looks like he's visiting Colorado, North Carolina. Damon Payne looking at Michigan. That'd be a good move for him. Devontae Smith to Notre Dame, as we talked about. Dylan Lonergan. See if I missed anybody on this board. I'm always making additions, and there's a lot to keep track on. No, Jason. Again, what's up, man? I appreciate the questions. Deontay Lawson right now is a redshirt junior, so. And I'll look, who else is Alabama getting? The electric grid. I'll get right to it, man, because you might have to go or something like that. I would imagine that Alabama shortly gets Isaiah Horton. Look him up. He's a wide receiver out of Miami. playmaker 1,000,000%. And if you're just checking in, Alabama did receive a commitment from Kelby Collins tonight. That's who we started out talking about. He's an edge, probably like more like a bandit type player out of Florida. Alabama's wide receiver room certainly eaten up, right? So I started thinking about this. Probably not a calling show tonight, man. I'm a little swamped. I need some rest, to be honest. So I'm gonna hang with you guys for a little while, and then we'll fire it up tomorrow and take calls tomorrow during the show. I appreciate that, though. So I started looking at the wide receiver spot, right? And I saw that 4 guys were out. And I'll come back to Kelby Collins, who has committed to Alabama tonight. So just hang tight with me for 1 second. I appreciate it. And I was thinking, I was like, man, well, what is the wide receiver room going to look like even for, I guess, the bowl game? And this is, like, if they were practicing tomorrow, this is how Alabama's wide receiver room would look, right? You put Jalen Mbakwe back there at the wide receiver position. You keep him playing defense as well, whatever makes him happy, I guess, right? Jimmy Bernard, Ryan Williams, and whatever makes sense for the team. Like, maybe, look, if you know about Jalen Mbakwe's athletic ability, who's to say that he can't be the next great two-way player? And you can't say that about a lot of different guys. I think, honestly, you could say that about Jalen Mbakwe. I'm serious. Yeah, and I saw that, Bama Productions, in terms of Horton hasn't hit the portal just yet. But I think when he does, I think it'll probably be Alabama, right? So if you look to Alabama right now, the receiver room, I would imagine that Jalen Mbakwe is probably playing sooner than later. The champ, what's up, man? If you're just checking in, Kelby Collins has committed to the Alabama Crimson Tide. We're just going over a couple things before we get back to Kelby Collins. Daniel Adams, hey, do you ever feel dumb saying bandit and husky? And like wolf, I guess. But like, you know, that's the system. So I just kind of just been trying to get comfortable with it. I have a graphic that I want to show you guys. And so I was playing around with this graphic in terms of what Alabama's offense could look like and the defense. I'm going to go to this. But if you're just checking in, because I know I got 644 on board, probably everybody didn't see the show. One more time, the good news is that Alabama landed. The lead story tonight is Kelby Collins has committed to Alabama. Who is he? He is a bandit player. A bandit player, I'm going to explain that in just a second. Think of a LT Overton out of Florida. He's going to come here. He has a couple years of eligibility, played at Florida. He's from Gardendale, Alabama. You should be excited about this commitment. This is a good one. I don't think Kelby Collins comes over here. He's going to have competition. I'll show you who he's going to be competing against, but I think he's coming here to start. But I think that is absolutely a big pickup. What's up, Con? TNT, what's up? I see you inside the comment box, man. Thanks for being here. Carmelo182, what's up, man? Carmelo182, you know, he's asking if Bach's going to be like Travis Hunter. I mean, I don't know. Travis Hunter that guy is something else. Clearly, I felt he deserved to win the Heisman. I know a lot of people felt that, Genty should have won it from Boise State. But, man, that guy never got off the field. Playmaker, came up with some big-time catches. Jalen Mbakwe, I mean, this guy is a 10-4-100, probably one of the fastest players on the team. Broad jump nearly like 20 feet. All right, so I started messing with this, okay? So I think you're going to like what you see. I'm going to walk you through it. So I put this together on my own. All right, you guys want a full screen? All right, this is Alabama's defense, what it could be next year, okay? And I'm going to slide some guys over based on what it could be. So let me talk about it. I'll go full screen, right? Ready? 3, 2, 1. All right, here's Alabama's defense, what it could be for 2025. Thumbs up inside the comment box if you like the graphic. All right, if you like these type of graphics, I'll show more of them. I can't show the actual plays because it's copyright. The channels, look, the University of Alabama watches every single video that I do, every single one. I hear from them all the time on things that I can't do, blah, blah. So I can't show the footage. Remember when I used to have that intro that was like, coming to you from Tuscaloosa, Alabama? They hit me up and they were like, you can't have a fan from our stuff inside the video. So, but I'm standing on my own feet because I built the YouTube channel to 111,000 subscribers because I work every single day and nobody could tell me that I can't say, like, my job is to tell the truth. And a lot of people, they can't handle that. Okay, so I would report on the good news. I report on the bad news. If you can't deal with it, then, I'm sorry. All right, but here's a graphic real quick of, Jarvis, true story. And they're also on me about the some other stuff too. Okay, so look, you got, let's start at the bottom of the screen, okay? You got Damani Jackson. If he comes back, he'd be your corner, right? And up top, you got your safeties. Keon Sabb when he's healthy, and then you got Bray Hubbard, okay? So safety, corner at the bottom. Deontay Lawson, if he comes back, and then let's just theoretically say at the inside linebacker position, you could throw in Nikhil Hill-Green, right, who's visiting from Colorado at some point this week. I think that would be a hell of a combo inside linebacker, okay? If let's say this Nikhil Hill-Green from Colorado, let's say he doesn't end up committing right here, then you have, I don't know, maybe a Jeremiah Alexander or a Justin Okoronkwo or something like that. But I feel that you do need a transfer to come in here, okay? Now, over here is the player that we're replacing right now, okay? So, LT Overton, let me hear from you inside the comment box. Do you think that LT Overton right here is going to the NFL? And I think with us getting Kelby Collins tonight, I think that tells you exactly what's happening, okay? So, right here, swap this out and just put Kelby Collins, and this is where he'll be playing, okay? Right here. This is their bandit position. Alabama has 3 defensive linemen right here. This guy's the bandit. Under 300 pounds. These guys are over 300 pounds. So you're probably going to need someone right here too. Unless, because you lost Damon Payne, you lost Tim Smith, maybe a James Smith right here. And if it's James Smith and Tim Keenan, I'm not mad about it. Out here you got Quay Russo, who will only be a redshirt sophomore, right? Or Yanzi Pierre. But this position right here is the wolf. So think of an outside linebacker. Think of a Yanzi Pierre, Quay Russo. Think of a Noah Carter. Think of a Justin Hill. You know who also is going to be battling with Kelby Collins, okay, is Cavante Henry and Keon Keeley, okay? That's who's going to be battling right here. So Kelby Collins versus Keon Keeley versus Cavante Henry versus Jordan Renaud, who could be the dark horse in that competition. I'm telling you. Noah Carter would be up here when he's ready. Justin Jefferson's out of eligibility. So, like right here, this Colorado transfer, you see how important that is, right? When I put this out on the screen. You get what I'm saying? Xavier Brown up here. That's why I was thinking maybe, Bach could play here at this Husky position. Or at least you could have some competition. Justin Jefferson's out of eligibility. That's why we don't have him here. Chris, what's up, man? I see you inside the comment box. But look, Red Morgan, I love you. But you gotta compete for this job. I think somebody's got to come in here and battle. Ooh, Stephen Boo, I like that too. Yep. Maybe Bach could be here. Because look, he got cooked a bunch of times, Xavier Brown, like freshmen do, and he got cooked too. This is where Devontae Smith would have been right here. Ooh, Deshaun. Yeah, you could put Deshaun right here too. Deshaun, I saw Deshaun Jones. He was the transfer from Wake Forest. He played here, and he also played corner. Hey, Byron, I see you inside the comment box. What's up, man? Okay. What do you guys think about this defense right here? So replace Overton with whoever's going to battle for Bandit. You just got Kelby Collins right here. So wait, let me ask you this. Let me stop the music real quick. Are we all on board that LT Overton is going to the NFL? Give me a thumbs up inside the comment box if you think he's going to the NFL, and I'll update this graphic right here to read Kelby Collins at that bandit position. That way it's not confusing for us. Okay, so I'll put Kelby Collins. I'll put new commit. And I'll update that real quick. All right, I'll shrink that down. I'm pretty sure that he's going to go. And then I think this looks good. All right, turn the music up. All right, here we go. We'll go back full screen. So I put Kelby Collins, who's a new commitment. Okay, so it looks like the majority's saying thumbs up. I kind of feel like he's going to... Yeah, but there's some people saying that he's not. I don't know. It looks like 60-40 that he's going to go. Anyways, the new commitment tonight is Kelby Collins out of Florida. And as you can see, this is where he'll be playing. The DT position is a whole different player. I would imagine that's James Smith. Okay? What's up, DC 777? Anything else that stands out? Anything else you have questions about on this defense or anything you want me to run over? I'm going to show you the offense in just a second. Like I said, I put right here at this DT spot, I put James Smith, and then you either put you battle for the inside backer position. That's a weak spot right now. I feel the Husky it was a weak spot. I feel the inside linebacker is a weak spot. I feel that I like James Smith, so I'm not going to say that's a weak spot. But the weak spots that I see and I'm attacking is the Husky and the inside linebacker. Those are the two positions that need to really be improved this year. Schooley, 100%, bro. Like, I love this kid right here, but he's got to improve a lot. Otherwise, the defense isn't going to be as good as it could be. So you think so saying Stephen Boo or James Smith right here for this defensive tackle position? Yeah. Schooley's like, I feel that the 4-2-5 is a weak spot. Jeremiah Alexander, I guess he could make a push for that inside backer spot, but hey, Drake, I see you asking about Tim Keenan. I don't know, man. I feel like he's going to stay. I do. Yeah, and then Keon Keeley would be down here battling with Kelby Collins. All right. You guys ready to see the offense? Let's see the offense real quick. So the way that I looked at Kareem, what's up? Chris from New Jersey, what's up, man? Chris is just throwing up. I think Keon Sabb back here has to come back. I think he's got to come back, and you have Hubbard. If he leaves, you have Young Dre coming back here. King Mac, that would be another weak spot. If you have these two safeties come back, you're in a good spot. Okay. You guys ready for the offense? All right. Let's start out with this graphic real quick, and we'll go full screen, and I'll walk you through it. And we can make adjustments. I'm open. I'm not like set in stone on any of this, but this was, to me, this was easier or this was really easy. Like the defense, I kind of had to piece it together a little bit. Hey, DC, I appreciate you becoming a fan finder, man. What's up? Hey, Mountain King, man. I'll do this for you real fast before we jump to this graphic. So the news of the day and the news of the hour right here is Kelby Collins has committed to Alabama. Who is Kelby Collins? Well, we're just talking about him. He's going to fit in right here at this bandit position. So this is the new commitment today. And you also have Nikhil Green, who's visiting from Colorado. And he would play right here. As you can see, Alabama needs another inside linebacker. So if you're just joining, that's what we're talking about. And we're just about to switch to the offensive side. I have a couple different formations. This is a bunch formation with trips, but that's a little bit too confusing. Let's go to the full screen. And this is basically a base set that Alabama would run out of. 2 wide receivers up top, wide receiver to the bottom of your screen, running back in the backfield. Simpson takes it, hands it off to Miller. Miller up the sideline to the 10. Just kidding. Just having fun with it. Touchdown. All right, here we go. And yo, I don't know, TNT inside the comment box, man. That's something that we're looking at is we don't know like about Jeremy Bernard right here, if he's going to go to the NFL or not, right? Kind of same thing with LT Overton. Like we don't know. But let me walk you through it. Okay, let's start up here. And look, I can move guys around. We can move names around, but just for the sake of it, let's start here. Ryan Williams, okay? Chris, man, are you okay? You need some Pepto? All right, you got Ryan Williams, Jalen Mbakwe, okay? Yeah, yo, stay gold. I'm hearing that he wants to play offense. So I guess you put him here. And the guy can play. I'll show you his highlights after this. Jalen Mbakwe right here, okay? Then you have Caden Proctor. Yes, he can come back. He'll only be a junior next year. Then this is what I put, okay, just to get the ball rolling. I put Michael Carroll at guard, Parker Brailsford's coming back at center, Jaden Roberts, you got to think he's coming back, right? And he played at like 60%. Poor young man. He was banged up. And then you have Elijah Pritchett over here, right? This makes sense to me. Now the weak spot, I'm going to tell you, is right here, okay? And I don't know how developed Michael Carroll is. I mean, he looks like an absolute beast in high school, but I don't know what you do with your guards here. And look, you need a tackle. This is the highest priority, is the right tackle. And if you don't get a right tackle, this guy is going to be in trouble. Like, he's going to be in constant trouble. Lance is saying give Formby a shot. You know, look, Seth McLaughlin went as the worst center in college football history to winning the Remington Award. So things can happen, right? Okay. On the outside, I put Bernard, and then you have Jam Miller and Simpson. Okay. Now, you can swap those out with different names yourself. I also looked at a different formation, kind of when it's a bunch type set. So I put Bernard, Mbakwe, Ryan Williams, Jam Miller, Simpson, same thing. And then you have Josh Cuevas, who I feel is a playmaker right here. Ooh, Casey Poe. Yeah, that's a good name. How do you guys feel about the offense? You guys excited about this offense? And look, as I've been mentioning, as I've been showing the graphics, like, there's competition at wide receiver. Just because Jalen Mbakwe wants to go over there and play wide receiver, okay. But I think Coach Kalen DeBoer, it's his job, and don't get mad when I'm about to say this. And I said this earlier on my show. Coach Kalen DeBoer, and I love Ty Simpson, okay? But none of this play the nice guy. None of this play based on you've been here. Play the best player, period. That's what Alabama fans want. And when you have the responsibility as a head football coach, your job is not to play who has been here the longest, who is the nicest, who is the best kid. Your job is to play the best player for that position to win national championships, not to win 9 games, not to just win 2 what did they win? 2 rivalry games out of 3. Your job is to win as many games possible in a championship. And you have to put the best quarterback there. You have to put the best wide receiver. I'm going to say that the whole time. And you got to have the guts to do it, period. Not even the guts. That's the right thing is to put the best player there. If it's Austin Mack, then let's roll, okay? If it's Keelan Russell, then let's roll. If it's Ty Simpson, then let's roll. And that's your job as Coach Kalen DeBoer, is to play the best player. And the way that I'm saying it right now is because he didn't do that at the back end of the season. Or Ty Simpson is not cut out to be the guy that we think he's going to be, because he would have made the transition earlier, right? That's why I'm thinking. I'm like, well, I mean, if he didn't pull him, then maybe he's not the guy for the job. You think there's going to be anything different that happens against Michigan? We're going to say the same type of offense. Yes. So, Hudson, what's up, man? Appreciate you being here. Dylan Lonergan did commit to Boston College today, to Bill O'Brien. And Jalen Hell was a very talented wide receiver here at Alabama. He suffered a very significant injury during the springtime, and he is still out. So he's not going to play in the Rely Quest Bowl. And I got 750 of you, so let me show you the graphic that I was working on. This is the headline news if you're just joining us. I know there's different people popping in at different times, different people popping in the stream. So let me just kind of run this back a little bit. The lead story up at the top is Kelby Collins has committed to the University of Alabama. This is a really big get for the Crimson Tide. I'm about to show you the bandit position in just a second. And where would he play? Well, he would play right here. This is the bandit position for Alabama. Hand in the dirt, somebody who's big, nasty, under 300 pounds that can get pressure and get to the quarterback. Think of a LT Overton, right? There's going to be a lot of competition there. I'll show you that in just a second. And some of the graphics that I'm going to show you here in just a second, they need to be updated because news happens fast when you cover the Alabama Crimson Tide. So just kind of hang with me just for a second. I'm gonna talk. Hey, Milo, what's up, man? I'll see if I can cook up some Kelby Collins highlights for another time. But I appreciate you asking about him. Christian Hughes, what's up, man? I appreciate you being here. I'm gonna show you the bandit position right now. Now I need to add Kelby Collins, so just be patient with me. And for tomorrow for my show, when I have more time going into the morning time, that's when I do all my show prep. I will show you Kelby Collins on the screen. So right now you're just gonna have to make believe. I'll walk you through it though. Okay, we'll go full screen. Kelby Collins, how is he gonna fit in for 2025? Well, just take off LT Overton and put Kelby Collins there. Oh, Colin, I don't know who said that Ty Simpson's not mobile. The guy can move. He has, you know what? Actually, you could argue that Ty Simpson has better lateral movement side to side than Jalen Milroe. Now, Jalen Milroe is beating Ty Simpson by 20 yards in a race. Not to say that Ty Simpson's slow by any means, because he can run and he's done it before. But Ty Simpson, he can move around the pocket. Side to side, he's good for sure. Somebody who can move side to side, like an elite, is Bryce Young. That is like moving around in the pocket and trying to hit that guy was like the gingerbread man. Ty Simpson, he's not elite, but he's good. Jalen Milroe, I feel, doesn't move that well side to side. North and south, yo, you're not catching him. Period. Del Johnson, what's up, man? I see you inside the comment box. Nice avatar. This is the bandit position, though. So what you would take off is LT Overton, and you would put Kelby Collins there. I don't know, Drew Dobson, what Jalen's 40 time is, but he was clocked out running 22 miles an hour. So I think someone said that equated to like 4.3. And we'll have a whole quarterback debate one of these videos, and we'll have the quarterback purge. Bama Moore, what's up? Ty Simpson had 2 years. Dude, he had like 3 years. He couldn't beat out Jalen Milroe. That's the other thing, Dobson. 22 miles per hour with pads. That's crazy. So the bandit position right here, just take off LT Overton and throw in Kelby Collins, right? But as you can see, there's competition there. And think about this. This is interesting right here, what I'm about to say. So you have Ja Latham, who has an extra year of eligibility. And I have no idea he comes back and plays, but see how he's a redshirt senior? Because of this crazy COVID rule, this dude right here, he could still come back and play. He was basically the starter with LT Overton this year. So, I don't know. There's a lot of guys. And when you come back tomorrow for the show, Kelby Collins will be here, I guess, with LT Overton, I guess. And you know what? What's interesting is Ja Latham was actually working at this wolf position right here, too, at the back end of the season. This is how the back end of the season looked like this, added on Ja Latham. Inside linebacker, I know you guys were talking about that. I don't know if Deontay Lawson comes back or not. I would imagine he does. Schooley, the most interesting case so far is this dude right here, Keon Keeley, because when he came in as that wolf position player, that outside linebacker with the Yanzi Pierre, I thought he was going to be it. We just haven't seen him at all. What do he have, 15 snaps this year? Jason Basenberg inside the comment box. No, Latham has one more year. Look it up. It's crazy. I know. He has like this extra COVID year, something like that. Really, I know. We're finally getting out of that, but I think he has one more year. And Justin Jefferson is out of eligibility, yes. So you won't be seeing, all these guys are gone. So besides Deontay Lawson, that's why I'm thinking he stays. Alabama's corners. I showed you guys the graphic overall. We'll go back to it one more time. But I'm starting to feel that Damani Jackson comes back. If they're putting Bach on offense just to play him more, that tells me Damani's staying. And you guys mentioned that you like to see maybe Deshaun at that Husky position. So these are the corners, but maybe throw Deshaun at that Husky position. Corners for next year probably look like this. And I know you're excited about this guy right here. And no disrespect to Chuck McDonald, because I think he's going to be fine too. I think Chuck McDonald gets here in the summer next year. And I think that Dejon Lee gets here in January. Damon, man, that's a damn good question, man. Look, the quarterbacks that I have covered from Alabama during my time basically been I started covering the team when Jalen Hurts was a quarterback up to this point. So I covered Hurts, Tagovailoa, Mac Jones, Bryce, and now Jalen Milroe. So I've covered 5 quarterbacks during my time since 2016. No, Quay he's out of eligibility. Stay gold. Chris Woods is saying y'all Simpson haters. I'm not. I just think that Coach Kalen DeBoer needs to play the best quarterback for the job. You can't be like friends. You got to just be like, this is the quarterback, period. The only thing that I'll ever that I out of Coach Saban's career, and I'm a huge Saban guy, just like you. I love the mentality of Coach Saban, that dog mentality. I love the wisdom. I still listen to a lot of the stuff that Coach Saban says. But the only thing that I didn't agree with him that he did while I was here was he never announced the starting quarterback. Like that whole cake bake-off, I didn't like that. That was the only thing that I didn't like that he did. Just one thing out of 5 million. Everything else, loved it. From the T down, like loved it. That was the only thing. The whole cake bake-off, I didn't like that, but nobody's perfect. Your safeties for next season, Keon Sabb, King Mack, Bray Hubbard, Red Morgan, Husky-type player right here. Jay Kirkpatrick, he's growing up, and then you want to feel old, think about Jay Kirkpatrick Jr., right? And for those of you that are older, man, as soon as you start getting older, time goes faster. I have no idea why. Ivan Taylor, don't sleep on this guy. Very hard hitter, son of Ike Taylor, right? So here is Jay Kirkpatrick, and think about this. Wow, each of these guys' dad played in the league. Appreciate you guys being here. I'll go back to the lead story, which is Kelby Collins committed to the Alabama Crimson Tide tonight. Significant news, if you ask me. And you have 2 really, good pieces of news tonight. So I know Alabama fans have been, dealing with a bunch of transfers and now up to 14 transfers. It was 15 before Jalen Mbakwe pulled his name out. Now you're up to 14 guys that have hit the portal. And Kelby Collins comes in, which is the first real commitment from the transfer portal class. That'd be interesting, Max. I mean, because he'll have to battle with Keon Sabb, I guess, because I don't know who's beating out Bray Hubbard. Bray Hubbard, he's playing really well. Oh, Joquan, that's an interesting one too. Is Coach Saban bringing over Bill O'Brien? That's another one. Are you serious? Is Michael Penix starting? Man, I had that guy at the beginning of my fantasy football league. I dumped him. Alex Wilder in with the super chat, man. Appreciate you. Texas A&M offensive line starter Cam Dewberry is currently visiting Tuscaloosa. Yep, you got it. Here's a list of some guys. I got to update this graphic. I'll have it ready to go for the morning. But just for all your recruiting fans out there, here's what it looks like. Red is new visitors. Yellow off the board. I need to update Kelby Collins still, as he committed to Alabama just before this show. But your visitors, I would imagine this week, Cameron Calhoun, he's a defensive back out of Utah. You have Khalid Toffee, Washington offensive lineman. He's a new visitor. Cam Dewberry, I need to update his name. He is actually in Tuscaloosa right now. You know, Pro Football Focus doesn't always tell like the whole story, but Dewberry's numbers were a little bit underwhelming for me. Like I said, I mean, PFF doesn't tell the entire thing. I will say this, Dewberry right here, he did play a left guard, right guard. He did a bunch of different positions for offensive line. So if they need somebody who could be like a versatile offensive lineman, maybe that would be him. No real update on KC Concepcion out of NC State. Kelby Collins out of Florida just committed, so I got to update that. That'll be updated for my show on Wednesday morning. You saw today Mario Craver committed to Texas A&M. And the way I'm looking at this whole Jalen Mbakwe thing, maybe I'm wrong on this. I'm kind of thinking that Alabama got their slot wide receiver today. They probably felt that Jalen Mbakwe is better than his teammate, Mario Craver. How about that? Hey, Hudson, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. D. Harsh, what's up, man? Appreciate you being here. And then you also have, I mean, he's not even in the portal yet, but Isaiah Horton, I think, is a target. So, like a main target. See if, and I wanted to hit on this too. Zachariah Branch right here, I would take him off your board. Like, this is like, you know, back when you were growing up and you thought your mom was going to get you like a Super Nintendo or something like that, or a PlayStation 1 or something like that. Like, no. That's you're wishing on a star. Zachariah Branch, I don't think is in play. So be happy with what you have. But that's not under the Christmas tree. Couple other transfer notes. As you saw today, Dylan Lonergan committed to Boston College, Kobe Prentice to Baylor, Naquil Bentrade. Those were the three commitments today. Committed to Syracuse, Keanu Cote to Vanderbilt, Jaleel Hurley to Kansas, and Avonte Smith to Notre Dame. I need to update this too. Jaheim Otis committed to Colorado. I'll show you the offense and defense one more time, and then we'll dip. So if you're just joining us today, the big news tonight is that you got Kelby Collins. He's a bandit-type player, okay? So here's what your defense could look like if all the pieces are in place. You got to think Keon Sabb back here stays. Bray Hubbard having a really good – and this is – I mean, I should do this. So right here, you're going to have – so think about this and now for the Reliant Quest Bowl, okay? Right here, instead of Sabb, put Malachi Moore here. Damani Jackson here. This will be Justin Jefferson. This will be Jahad Campbell, Quay, Tim Keenan, James Smith, LT Overton, Red Morgan, Xavier Brown, or Deshaun Jones right here. So I haven't seen anything out there on Deuce Robinson. I know I've been asked about him a couple times. I haven't seen that. FMC Clips, what's up, man? Kyle, do you feel that we could run a 2-receiver, 2-running back offense with Richard Young in the backfield and Miller has the back and the right, left to give more options? Yeah, look, I think when I built out Alabama's offense, I would love to see a two-back set, right? I think that will definitely, look, I like 2-back sets, and I think you have the running backs to absolutely do it. That's why I like Justice Haynes, because I felt he caught the ball out of the backfield really well. Richard Young, I haven't really seen him catch the football. I haven't seen too many opportunities of him, in terms of his athleticism. When I think about Richard Young, I think of kind of like a big, imposing style back. And I know that Jam Miller, he catches the football really well. He has a couple of receiving touchdowns. But the only part that I see now for Alabama is I would like to see them bring in a defensive tackle, an inside linebacker, and a right tackle. That's it. The right tackle just isn't it. I know these guys can improve and all this stuff, but, I mean, just for safety concerns, the right tackle position is is a big red flag. That's just how I feel. But you get Kelby Collins in, which I think is a hell of a pickup tonight. You guys should be happy. And you got Jalen Mbakwe, I guess, playing offense or however that's going to shake out. So that'll be great as well. And I have no idea getting my final thought is on Jalen Mbakwe. I don't know, all the particulars, if Alabama matched some offer or all the components. But what I do know is that Ryan Williams stood up for his friend, stood up for his teammate. And I think Alabama also didn't want Jalen Mbakwe to go somewhere else. So we don't know if they matched all that stuff, but what we do know is that he absolutely is a playmaker. I get it. You could have your own opinions and say, go somewhere else, whatever. But in terms of like being an overall athlete, actually, let's run the tape real quick before we bounce out on Jalen Mbakwe. Give me 1 second, and we'll throw up some of his tape real fast because I was looking at it earlier, and this is his high school tape, just 2 seasons ago, but it is what it is. So this is what we have. Bring it up. I do all the editing in-house, so I'm doing this all tonight. So I appreciate you guys' patience. Thank you so much. We're about to watch Jalen Mbakwe's highlights from a couple years ago at Clay Chotville. All right. First thing you notice, he's clearly a playmaker. I'll go full screen on this. I'll do the voiceover in the background. We're watching Jalen Mbakwe's full screen. So let's see what we got right here. Looks like he's returning some sort of a kick. He's going to have a whole wall. He's going to have to beat that guy on the outside, gets a really good block, and then he's gone. So he's got speed. I mean, he was a 10'4", 100-meter guy, right? So I think sometimes when we think about him, we think of him just on the defensive side because that's where he's playing right now. But Jalen Mbakwe is a guy who has a special talent, can see the field. I think he played quarterback. I think he played wide receiver. Coach Kalen DeBoer has allowed him to return punts. So he's got a really good vision, and he's a playmaker. He's really fast too. I think he might be one of the fastest players on the team. I think it's like Jalen Milroe is the overall fastest player, and then I think Jalen Mbakwe's up there. Probably like top 3. Nice cutback, good moves, gets the outside, child's play, gets the end zone. Here he is at the slot receiver. You're going to hit him on a bubble screen, gets a good block from that wide receiver. Going to get to the outside, makes a man miss, gets the end zone, acceleration into the end zone. Here he is as a wide receiver on the outside right here. Little post route, nice throw from the quarterback, touchdown. Vertical threat. Here he is, top of your screen. Good throw from Keelan Russell. Floats it, end zone, touchdown. Here he is again, top of your screen. Man coverage. Good throw by the quarterback. Goes up. I guess he got it. Here he is on the outside. Bottom of your screen. Little poke. Oh, my goodness. Wide open. So this is him. Yeah, Christopher Woodson. What's up, man? Yeah, the guy can play. Yeah, he can play all over the field. So think about it like this, fam. Think about it like this. As you go to sleep tonight and you're thinking about all your wide receivers out there, guys who, you could have got, and you're still going to get a wide receiver, I think you got a wide receiver today too, and Jalen Mbakwe, who's a very talented two-way player. So celebrate that because Jalen Mbakwe, in-state guy, love my in-state guys. He's absolutely a playmaker. Let's close on this. Let's see what he does right here. Inside, wide receiver, ball's up, locates it, too fast, and here he is on the defensive side. I appreciate you guys very much for joining the show. I put a lot into the show. I put a lot into the YouTube channel, and I'm really grateful for you guys being here. Got 625 of you. Thank you so much. Please remember to support all the other content creators out there that cover Alabama football, big or small channels, all the national YouTube channels, everybody out there working to bring you great content. We all try our really best to bring you high-quality content. And don't feel that if you just run on my channel that you just have to stay locked into this channel. Support all of the people out there. I promise you. I see them out there doing their thing, grinding and building their own platform, which I really respect and appreciate because I know the hard work that goes into it. One more time, coming to you from beautiful Tuscaloosa, Alabama. My name is Kyle Henderson. I hope you sleep well. I hope that you enjoy life. This morning, during my workout, a lot of people know, that I'm in F3. Fitness, Faith, and Fellowship. I'll show you this right here. A couple days ago, I got this 200 posts. It's 200 mornings that I've woke up at 4:30 in the morning for my workout. I'm up to 2:15. And today, there's always a message at the end, right? So it's called the COT, Circle of Trust. So we get to pray every single day. And the message was honestly just about joy and thinking about just the small things in your life that you're grateful for. So as we close out tonight, let us be grateful for the blessings that we have in our life, and let us just have joy in our life. And I appreciate you guys being here. I hope you guys sleep well, and I will catch up with you tomorrow morning on Wednesday, December 18th. I love you guys. I appreciate it. Good night, sleep well, and enjoy Kelby Collins, your newest commitment, along with Jalen Mbakwe, staying locked in with the Alabama Crimson Tide. Until next time, my friends, see you.